Day to all. I come to our special day, the question answer day today. Normally till 9:15 people don't have any questions to ask. When I start closing, then everyone comes and tells me we have a question. This entire week we worked on giving and receiving, that how it is very, very important that we learn to receive also gracefully. Otherwise, as per the karmic books, it comes back to us in a very negative way. Only one part which we didn't get time to discuss the last week was one particular kind or the category which always feels that they owe, or like it is, people definitely have to give them. They're very, very demanding and they feel that people have to give it to me. How can they not give it to me? So anything in life where, because at a karmical level, none of us know exactly who owes how much and how much is in our accounts for each other. So even if anyone falls into that category, it is required you to let go of that part of you as well. Because even if the other people owe it to you, what happens is that simply you remain in that energy of resentment and regrets, and your own resentment, your own regrets, your own belief system starts blocking you. So might as well surrender the entire scenario to the divine and let divine do the needful. One of the session, I actually guided you all to connect to the law of justice. So if we have to split the universe, how universe is being made, everything is energy and nothing else. I am energy, you are energy. My mobile is energy. My remote is energy. This crystal is energy. The difference is at what level our energy or our frequency is vibrating. Defines at what level are we operating from. So to split the entire universe into 7 different planes, at what level that energy is vibrating with, all the laws, including law of karma, including law of time, law of karmic, akashic records, law of electricity, law of gravity, everything comes, law of justice, law of truth, everything comes on the 6th plane, which is after all the ascended masters. All the ascended masters reside, your angel guides, on the 5th plane. So the first plane is made up of all the crystals. Second is all the plant kingdom. Third is animal kingdom and humans. Fourth plane is your ancestors in waiting. Fifth plane has multiple dimensions. So including a very high level frequency and little lower level, both reside here. We all have a soul family. So Council of 24, Council of 12, Ascended Masters, Angel Guide, your higher self, everything resides on the 5th plane. The 6th plane are all the laws, except for one law which doesn't exist there. So as we pass the law of compassion, after that, we get pushed to the 7th law, and that is the energy of the creator of all that is, the law of love, which can transform everything. So even whenever there is the constant resentment and regret that people have done injustice to me and they have not done, and there is a thought process of they have to give it to me, and it gets to the level of hatred, probably it is a good way to completely send the situation beyond the 6th plane and send it to the 7th plane to transform. so that you allow yourself to be in a very peaceful state of mind. As much as we say that it is easy and understand, it is little difficult to operate with the same in the daily life. So before I start doing downloads for the same, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me, because after that I'll do downloads and we will close the day. Yesterday we understood about Gudi Padwa. So for those who couldn't understand in Hindi, because it was Hindi, a very short understanding was that according to Hindu calendar, the Gudi Padwa day was the day Brahmaji, the three main people, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, the three gods that we speak about, the Brahmaji created the universe during that time. And that happens because at this point of time, all the weather, like, so India speaks about 6 of them and not 3 of the seasons. So they speak about the Vasant, Pankar, Vasant, all that Rutu, and all your plants, all your trees, they start getting now the new leaves, fruits, and it has a lot of nectar in it, a lot of juice in it. So the reason behind it was that you can consume the nectar of life, the juice of life. Again, during that time, the different juices of life, sometimes we feel bitter, sometimes sweetness, sometimes the relationship has little but of pinch of salt into it. So that is the time when he said outside the door there is a kalash, because it is the shape of the your earth. It is in a sphere shape. So he just mentioned to tie that down outside your house and to consume for 3 days or 7 days. The neem leaves, and then mishri, he said, not sugar. He said, don't put jaggery. So that is the bigger sugar blocks, like when you go in the market. So to have that and black pepper, little spice. Those who don't want to consume sugar can have little bit of black salt. So that was one aspect. And along with that, your skin being the biggest organ, to regenerate and let go of the toxicity, that is the time sesame oil you apply and allow somebody else. This is the time to start the massages on the body. So that was a very, very brief of it. Yeah. Amrita, you had some question. I missed out you on the chat. Every time we get through some beliefs and layers, reach a calm state and stay connected to. Anusha, can you please come and speak? Because can somebody please unmute Anusha?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I go through, like as I mentioned, I just started your channel 3 weeks back. So I'm still going through a lot of things, and as and when I realize that I have certain flaws or those negativities in me, I go to that video of yours and I do those cleansing and all of that. Then I reach a calm state, stable state, and unlike before, comparatively things seem a little better, the situations. But again, there is this tendency to go back to the old self, where how you used to be. And is it that every time we meditate, a layer, just a layer goes, or only if you remove the bottom belief, then only all of this stops? Or how is it, ma'am? Like I can see the patterns since childhood, and I can see the same patterns with my parents, or
It's a genetic thing. My first question is, did you study maths in the school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you were in the first standard, what were you being taught?
Basics of multiplication, addition, subtraction, again,
Similarly,
revision.
numbers. First, you start with numbers. These are the
that's an
numbers. Then you start with like how to do the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right?
Yes.
And as you get in the higher levels, the more complex things of the maths you learn. So that is the same with the life. Life is a complete mathematics. You start with the numbers. I'm just giving you example of maths because our human mind understands quantification very well. How do I understand somebody valued me? Is probably how much or how do I believe that career wise I'm doing well is how much I'm being able to earn. Can I quantify success without any money attached to that? No matter how much ever we say, but somewhere in our mind that money plays. Money is simply numbers. Very important aspect. How do I quantify somebody loves me, somebody respects me? Because our entire life is being ruled by our own emotions. When we say my belief system, one layer coming down, is how I felt about it. But there is, scientists have not yet found any measurement where they can see when you're feeling this, you had exactly 40% of proportion of sadness, 60% you were happy, or 10% you were there, right? We cannot quantify that because it's changing in 1 millisecond. But that is something which is ruling my life. So even when I learned numbers, no one could teach me the higher level. So the same thing happens with each video when you are clearing. Whether you are going to the root belief, yeah, it is very important to go to the root belief then because then it clears a chunk out immediately.
Yeah, you can
But
feel the difference.
yeah, because then there are like 5,000 beliefs attached to that when you go to the root cause of it. It's like picking up the sugar cube. I've given that example many times, rather than clearing single end.
Okay.
Pick up the sugar cube, the ant will, you will not have to take effort. They will automatically disappear because they do not have anything for like their reason to come to your house was that sugar cube. So the minute you remove that from your energy frequency, it moves out. That sort of people who are like ant who are eating you up, they move out of your life. So it's very important to identify the root belief. But we all feel somewhere that I was in a state of peace, but now again there is so much clutter. What is the point? There are times healers also come and say, I mean, how much more? What is the point of doing it? Because I have been doing it every day. Now I'm tired. But I have been creating every day.
Okay.
We never get tired when we are creating the new set of beliefs. And what we are clearing is probably thousands or sometimes millions of years we have lived and we have gathered that clutter we are creating and we take out that half an hour 1 hour time to clear it. How is that possible to clear it? If tomorrow I give you the task to clear the entire earth and you take out half an hour time and you say, ma'am, today I went to Juhu Beach or I was clearing this river, I cleared 10 buckets of it. The river is still very dirty, the ocean is still very dirty. What do I do now? I'm tired. What do I have to do? There is so much of clutter because you have gathered it for years and years and years. Is that making sense to you? So we get back, and what you feel that I was calmer and I'm still the same. Honestly, Anusha, you're not still the same. You are handling it differently, and probably it takes time for you to recognize and understand that the same situation I am reacting or acting very differently now.
I'm a better version.
I'm a better
I
version
don't
of
react
myself
anymore.
and I have changed. Yeah, I mean, things will still come because the minute your soul also recognizes, your higher self recognizes, you can handle 2 plus 2
Yeah,
4.
it's like a checking.
Your
It's a
teacher will give
checking.
you a little more
Like yesterday
complicated question.
also, yeah.
They will
Yesterday
always,
only, like I after meditation, after I changed, ma'am, same situation with three different people happened. First time I reacted. Second time, I realized, okay, this is what is happening. I recognized the pattern. Then third time, I said, I'm sorry. I told them. After that, it stopped. The pattern
That's what
stopped.
I'm saying. What these
And
tools
no,
and techniques help you is to gather the courage to say, I'm sorry, and to recognize and identify. So it does change, but little at a time, because probably I have never bothered to clear them. So I still feel stuck, and situation will still happen. If today I deny and say, oh, nothing happens in my life and life is all great, no, it is not. There are things happen in our lives. There are things like anybody in this world will claim, any guru, anyone will say there's nothing happening. It's a lie. It does happen because the soul came down to experience as human. So this is the part of my human journey, and from that I learn the art of deriving the nectar and let go of that, remaining in the state of balance. I lose out my balance. Again, I topple, again you get up, again you understand. That is the whole journey, right? So like, what is that we are choosing? Some people choose complete devotion for that and surrender. Some people choose knowledge for that. Personally, I choose more of knowledge. I have devotion, but more of knowledge, because I believe that, as a soul, I am the one. Like the creator guides me, but then ultimately I have to take the action to do it, rectify it. And once I'm more aware, probably next time there is a lesser chance of doing it. And there is nothing wrong. Some people have complete surrender and devotion, that I have to do nothing, God will come and take care of it. And it's not, I'm not saying that things don't work out for them. It does. Probably they are not even aware what actually happened and how it changed. But it is like, what is a choice that you are making? Nothing is good, or no choice is good or bad. So you just keep updating yourself. It's like updating. You do not use the old mobile version. We have changed that. Your technologies have changed. We are not using any more older ways of doing. We derive the wisdom from it, but we do not still, like, you will take the best of the wisdom of the old heritage and the new technologies. The same knowledge, probably through internet we can connect to many. We will not go one person and do that. So that is how it works. So your way to go about it is that go on updating yourself with more tools, techniques, knowledge. So you are the better version of yourself and you are better at handling it.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question, ma'am, if there's time. Ma'am, in one of your videos, you mentioned that you had a choice, like to take up medicine, and then later on you got diverted. And in the end, you realized that your purpose was to heal people, right? Like, I have two, three choices, and I like all of them equally, but I really am lost if that is the right way to go about my life.
So
How do you figure
probably
out?
before you choose the career option for you, what you can do
Yes, ma'am.
is, like, when you close your eyes and when you are in a very deep meditative state, you visualize yourself going ahead with each choices. So when you
Okay.
go ahead with each choices, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, how does that make you feel?
That
And
answer I already know, ma'am. But the problem is, you said that whatever, if that is your purpose, then there won't be any
that's exactly what I'm saying. If I'm walking on my
opposite.
purpose of life, I am
Yeah.
not attracting the situations which are negative. I wouldn't have attracted migraine for that. I wouldn't have attracted a lot of other situations. But
Okay.
because I didn't choose that, I attracted that which pushed me towards again looking for alternate healing, learning it like a
I have
crazy
to push
person,
for.
learn it back to back classes and to reach to a place. And then the universe the minute I started learning, universe supported me. Universe started sending me people when I'm denying to take them,
Okay.
because universe knew that you did a part of your bit. You started learning and I did not stop learning. I learned like a crazy seeker, that, I mean, I'm going any nook and corner at any level. Like I am learning, like I have today so many certificates with me. And now it doesn't matter how many certificates are there because I'm still learning. So the question is, you will not attract that. So when you see yourself in three options, how you go ahead in life with that. And after 5 years, 10 years. Second thing, what do you want to get into that field? What do you want to get out of it? So what is it that you are looking for to achieve out of it? And is that everything getting satisfied with it? So if you will actually do that, probably you will get your answer very, very clearly.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. Who else wanted to ask question? I'll have to open otherwise my chat. 1 sec. Sukham, do explain how to connect to the law of justice. No, Sukham, that happens only when we teach theta healing. So in theta healing, there is a particular process which is being taught to you how to connect to the laws. It's very difficult. Even to the theta students, we tell never ever make a mistake to call the laws down. That frequency is too high. It can, like, the person can die. Like, you cannot do that. So you need to learn how to connect to the laws. It is a technical thing to do. Then who else had questions? Guys, it will be easier if you raise your hand and come and ask me. Sorry. Can somebody read the question because I cannot? How do we make it to go to the seventh plane? So seventh plane also, how do you go to, is a part of theta healing, where there is a meditation, what Vayana calls a roadmap to seventh plane. And in that roadmap, what happens is you connect to that beautiful energy of love, and you are going beyond all the laws and all. So that is again the part of theta healing. Yes, Amrita had raised her hand. Okay, how to know whether we are receiver or giver? At times I feel I'm receiver and sometimes it's giver. There is a constant exchange of roles which is happening of giving and receiving. The key is to have balance and to acknowledge when I'm receiving, to receive with grace without being in a denial and without rejecting it and without saying that, oh, I mean, I don't expect, I don't have anything. To know that I do expect, and it makes me feel good when people speak to me in a particular way, or people appreciate, or I receive a gift, or I received somebody appreciating you, acknowledging your efforts. And when you are giving, are you giving out of fear, out of social norms, out of what? Or because you genuinely feel that that gives you happiness. So giving and receiving is like, guys, please again go through everything that I've explained, and that it's a constant giving and receiving. Then only the balancing factor comes. Yeah. Who else? Amrita had raised her hand. Amrita, would you like to speak? Okay, that was Amrita's question. So nobody has a question because it's almost 9:26. We'll just do the final downloads for the week. So I know what it feels like to allow myself to have the nectar of life through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to consume and digest the different juices of life through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. Valuing each one of them without being biased and judgmental about any particular juice, without being stuck and addicted to a particular juice. I know what it feels like to enjoy life in the fullest and all the different taste of life to the fullest. Appreciating every taste of life and being open and receptive to let each juice and let each one tasting differently nourish and nurture me and my body totally and completely, and that it is completely possible. I know what it feels like to allow myself to grow through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to do this with a perfect and a beautiful balance of giving and receiving in every aspect of my life, in every area of my life, and that it is completely safe, it is completely possible. It is safe for me to receive without being in the situation of having to fight, struggle, and demand. It is safe for me to give without being resentful and regretting the situation when I'm giving and allowing myself to have beautiful feelings of joy, contentment while giving and while receiving. I know how to allow myself to have the balance of my karmic books of giving and receiving, and that it is completely safe and possible for me to get into that balance. I know how to have balance of giving and receiving at different part of my hormonal and endocrine system, and that it is possible. I know how to let my pancreas work and my kidneys function at the best optimum level, allowing my body to absorb the sweetness of life, allowing my body to release the stagnancy, and that it is possible for my body to be in balance. How to have the balancing of giving and receiving through my breath for my body temperature to be at the best, what my body demands in different situations, and that it is completely possible. I know what it feels like to allow the law of balance to guide me and to be connected to it, and that it is completely possible for me, along with the law of balance, the law of justice, and the law of karma, to be connected to me, to operate with the law of compassion through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is, connected to the law of respect and honor. I know how to operate in my daily life with the same into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for each one's highest and best, the highest and best possible way for each one. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill all these feelings into each one now and later while watching the video at the level of their readiness for each one's highest and best in the language that their mind understands the best. Thank you. Just say yes to receive the feelings. Just visualize yourself shining with the golden light as you strike the balance of giving and receiving. I know what it feels like to operate in my daily life with balance, with this beautiful golden light, and that it is completely possible. Just say yes if you would like to receive this download. Thank you. Passing unconditional love, light, and healing to each one present here. You can open your eyes, being connected with that golden light. Simply just being in connection with the golden light. To know that this is the light within you, and you now choose to operate with this light around you. For all of you who yesterday finished the 3-day workshop for Generation Gap, as you all know, we have extended to give you the videos for 3 days. Whoever has missed out day 1, day 2, day 3, there were very powerful procedures and processes which were doing powerful releases. Please make sure to listen to them. You were given 3 meditations that will remain a lifelong access with you. So please do that. Apart from that, next week is we are finishing 1 year of our journey for daily theta. Any difference that daily theta has made in your life for 1 year, please share your stories with us. People have already started sending their stories to us. 5th April is our day. Next week, entire week, we have called Hitesh Bhatia. We had started this journey with joining hands, if you all remember. And then gradually, joining hands realized that Sesta was very independent. So they moved out, and then it was only Sesta venture. So we are completing 1 year of Monday to Friday without a break for being together on this journey of learning and evolving. So please do share, because there are many of you who are very, very regular. Many of you have shared your story of how your diabetes level was above 459 and all, and it came down to pre-diabetic, and how every different week you have utilized, and it's beautiful to know. So we will be announcing the winners also on 5th April of people in whose life we visualize the biggest transformation. Apart from that, whether you want to be a winner or not, it will be appreciated, because that is the balancing giving and receiving. Sesta has been giving you, and you give it back to Sesta by sharing your journey with us, because that journey will be very inspirational for people. So you can put it on our Google channel, you can put it on our YouTube channel, you can send it to Mehak or on our email, info@sestahealingstudio.com. So please do that. And 2nd April is the Gudi Padwa day. Wishing you all a very happy Gudi Padwa in advance, because the next time on the Monday when we meet, the Gudi Padwa would have already happened. So wishing you all a lot of balancing in life and shining with this golden light. Yes, Rajni, do you have a question?
One
Yeah.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to tell you, like yesterday when I was going through the meditation, generation gap one, why I was so restless at night. My whole body started aching, and I just wanted to come out from that meditation. Is it okay if this
So
thing?
because you have a lot that you have stored, so you have stored a lot. So then when you are releasing, if you are doing the bridge meditation, then I had recommended everyone to do it in the sitting posture. So whenever you go out of balance, it is better that you listen to the bridge meditation. And yesterday's meditation, that was more towards a positive note. Before that, it was more towards the releasing mode. The releasing will make you uncomfortable.
I was very uncomfortable. Like I was just
Releasing, because you have a lot. You yourself know day two when you were sharing, you were in tears and you were crying, and that's why I guided everyone to go through the heart song, and a lot of powerful releases were done. So it is fine. Day three, you again connect and you will be back to balance. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Lots of gratitude. Looking forward for next week as we all will celebrate the entire week. Next week, we are celebrating our 1 year journey together. And do share your experiences with us. Thank you so much. Lots of gratitude. See you all on Monday.